Absolutely. We're checking out a very hot Rwandan designer called Millie Collines. And of course, Millie Collines has got everything that we need to see when it comes to Spring Summer 2015.
Boom, bang.
Check it out.
Boom, bang.
Rwanda may seem like an unlikely place for two Barcelonans to settle and start a fashion label, but that's exactly where designer Ines Cuatrecasas and her partner Mark Oliver call home.
I believe this latest collection was inspired by the culture and city life of Rwanda.
The city of Kigali is super calm. It's incredibly organized. Everything is very peaceful. But in the middle of that city, there is this neighborhood called Nyamijosi, which is full of color, full of music, full of vibrancy. So that contrast between the calmness of Kigali and that neighborhood was basically what inspired the entire collection.
Why did you decide to introduce a street line at this stage?
For a men's client, basically, we're looking at a younger person. It's someone that wants something more experimental, more fresh. So we thought it would be fine connecting with that neighborhood in Kigali to actually bring a line that was very bold and very street.
You collaborated with a few incredible accessory designers for this collection.
We wanted to use very unusual materials, raw materials that could be recycled into something new. We thought outside the box, like who can be doing that in South Africa that we can think about? And that's how we thought a perfect match would be Simon & Mary with their hats, which were perfect for like the intro of the street line. We found a sunglass brand from Durban called SK8 Shades. And then for the footwear, we found Maria McCroy doing like a typical traditional Zulu shoe, also recycled with tires.
There were some very statement pieces on the runway. What were your must-haves for this season?
There is a very fun and fresh look at the beginning, which is basically those like ponty, long tank tops with layering, like that leather bronze skirt, and we move directly into the more of the spy kind of looks where there's these like cutout jackets with trench coats on top of them. Obviously on the night side of the collection, there's these very flowy maxi dresses with accents of leather in stripes and cutouts. That's kind of like a signature of the brand so far.
So you moved to Rwanda from Barcelona nearly 10 years ago. What is your perspective on African fashion as a European?
I think what really attracted us from moving into the continent was that feeling of being able to work with the artisan and being able to be a part of like the entire process, the entire chain. Because of the uniqueness of the materials you can find locally, you think outside the box and you're always looking to turn around those materials into something different. And I think that for us was incredibly attractive. You can no longer do that in Europe. There's going to be a lot happening in African fashion. We believe and we feel like our brand needs to be grounded in Africa first. So we are absolutely focused into the continent. While these brands that are creating the new African luxury ground themselves in the continent, it's going to create such an expectation for the international crowd that they're going to be pulling out those brands from our hands like sooner than later.
Looking towards a bright future, it seems as our cultures entwine, so it enriches the tapestry of our fashion.